jump right into it, Kathy. So we've got, Gulfside is a skilled home health agency. What exactly does that mean?
Well, when you talk about skilled home health services, that means that a physician has ordered specific services for your care. And it's usually people that are recovering either from an accident, major surgery, or have an illness that they need some assistance. So skilled care involves nurses, physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, nurses, and home health aides.
Wow, yeah, and we had last week or a couple weeks ago we had a lot of the team here in studio.
Yes.
We had the chaplain in the house, and
Yes, you did.
Lots of different moving parts with your organization.
Yes, it is. We are part of the Gulfside Healthcare Services organization, and we're very pleased to now be able to share Gulfside Home Health with the community.
Gulfside Home Health, and we've heard the term palliative care as well.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind defining that for our listeners as well?
Sure. Palliative care is another segment of our organizational care. We have a separate organization for that, and that is comfort care, alleviating symptoms for those that have chronic, it could be chronic pain issues, chronic illness issues, breathing difficulties, things of that nature.
Yeah, there's so many different challenges when it comes to the different scenarios you mentioned: accidents, illnesses, surgeries. And a lot of times what happens is the loved one who is the one that's sometimes volunteered, and then sometimes it's like okay, here, who's going to do it? Mom, let's make Aunt Louise do it, or Aunt whoever do it, right? They're the ones that are really suffering too.
That is
right?
very, very true.
Yeah.
And the beauty of home care is that if you want to, you can have assistance in your own home and have your family around you and have celebrations and things of that nature.
Right.
And most people feel more comfortable in a home setting.
Absolutely. I think it's such a better place to heal, and just you have that you're eliminating as many of those things that you can that are going to be a challenge to overcome.
That is true. There's a lot, as you shared, it's the caregiver that often struggles when taking care of someone as well, no matter whether it's hospice, home health, or the palliative side. And our goal is to work with that caregiver to come up with a very good plan with the patient to help them.
So here's a question too that we got on social media. It's like, what's the benefit of choosing home health over a rehab facility?
Well, the most important thing is that, again, most people feel that they can recover better in a home setting.
Okay.
And it may be less disruptive to the family as well, that you have these different therapists coming into the home, nurses coming into the home, and providing assistance with your care.
Right. Yeah, that's important. And how can someone enroll with Gulfside Services?
You can either contact your physician or you can call us directly, and we also have a website as well that you can contact us, and we will work with you with your physician to receive orders to initiate your care.
Gulfsidehealth.org is the best website.
It's Gulfside Healthcare Services.
Okay.
But we do have GulfsideHomeHealth.org.
GulfsideHomeHealth.org. GulfsideHomeHealth.org. And if you are a texter and this is kind of resonating for you, just pull out your smartphone, shoot us a quick text message, text home health care to 813-670-7372. If you have a loved one or a family member, someone that's in that scenario here, we'd love to connect you with the team over at Gulfside Healthcare Services. We would love to make that introduction for you, and that's what this show is about. It's about engaging with us and getting involved with the community. So when we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio. We got Kathy representing Gulfside Healthcare Services. Going back to Kathy now. Kathy from Gulfside Healthcare Services. She is the Chief Operating Officer. So what exactly does a COO do of Gulfside?
Well, a COO at Gulfside, it involves overseeing all the three different divisions of patient care. And my responsibility is from the point when the patient is referred to whatever business line it is, all the way through the service, their care, and then on the hospice side, all the way through bereavement. So it also includes the informatics system, which is our patient electronic health record, as well as, of course, nursing services, social work, chaplain, and home health aides.
Yeah. The chaplain was great last week, too. He did a good job.
That's Frank. He was great.
Frank, he seems like he's got a great heart.
Yes, he does. He does. And you'll find that, we find that most of our team members are very compassionate people. It does take a very special group.
Yeah.
come on board.
It does. It's, my hat's off. We do events for veterans. We love our veterans, our first responders, our military active, and that next group I always think about is the nurses, the doctors. Those folks. A lot of times, they're working overtime until the patient gets better, and then the healthcare workers. They're going in. What's the exact term for that? The social worker, right? We had the social worker on last week too.
We did. Yeah. We had them as well. And you had our director of nursing also on last time.
Yeah.
And our medical director.
Yeah,
she was phenomenal. She's phenomenal as well.
So with Gulfside, Home Health is the newest division of Gulfside Healthcare Services.
That's correct.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about that organization and the counties you cover.
We serve both Pasco and Pinellas County. We just started in May seeing patients, and we're expanding services now. We do have a team of therapists, home health aides. We have nurses and social worker. Some of our specialties are wound care specialists in the nursing side, and also a lymphedema therapist.
Yeah. So what's the latest, just kind of outside the scope, just kind of talking about, the medical industry in general? There's the opioid crisis that we saw. We heard years ago that the veterans weren't being treated as well. I think a lot of that has gotten cleaned up over the years. What's your overall take, just in general, on the overall?
I agree with you. I think one thing that's working very nicely for people is that many healthcare organizations they're looking at the whole continuum of care.
Okay.
So that patients don't have to be bounced around to all different providers. And that's what Gulfside Healthcare Services is doing, is looking at what does the community need and adding on those different service lines to assist patients and families, making it much easier.
Right.
The healthcare system is very complex.
Very complex,
the more we can help caregivers and patients navigate through it, the better we are.
Absolutely, and thanks for doing that. And by the way, mentioning complexities, what about insurance? How does insurance pay?
Yes,
there's so many misnomers.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Most Medicare plans and private insurances do cover home health, the different services, and we help people with that. We'll look at their benefit, explain the benefit to them, and then help them know what services are covered or not.
Right. Yeah, that's important. And going back to just kind of how we started off is it could be an accident, could be an illness, could be a surgery, just recovering from surgery, and that's how folks may want to get involved with Gulfside Healthcare Services.
That's correct.
Yeah.
For the home health side, yes.
From the home
absolutely.
Home health
a lot
services.
of people we see are those recovering, like you said, from an accident.
Yeah.
Perhaps they fell and broke a hip. It could be surgery, could be some type of medication management needs, and that's what we do.
Yeah, so we still have that aging demographic, right? I mean, we still have the baby boomers aging, and it's a situation where there's a lot of, assisted living facilities out there. It's kind of a crowded space. You don't really know where to go, right?
That's right. So you can call us. We look at it that we should help people to understand where they can go for help in the healthcare system.
Right.
A lot of times it may not be with our particular service line, but we'll help them identify this is something that will help you, and we'll work with them on that.
Awesome. And GulfsideHomeHealth.org.
That's correct.
GulfsideHomeHealth.org. And you can always reach out to our show. We'll put you right in touch with the great team that they have on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors on the website at consumerqb.com. And it's just a great opportunity to get involved with the community, people not knowing what they don't know. We find that a lot in all types of different areas, and we want to kind of, plug those holes in the boat. People they're going down the river in the canoe, and they've got this hole they don't really realize they have, and they could get there to the end result a lot faster if they just know where to go.
That's very true.
Yeah. And we see that in a lot of different areas, everything from credit improvement, how to understand my credit, how do I improve my scores, or renters, exactly. Another big area that I'm really beating the drum on is renters. Too many people are paying rent today instead of getting into home ownership, building up the equity in the home. So that's why we set this show up. It's all about helping you understand your buying decisions here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So anything else that you want to add to the conversation, Gulfside Healthcare Services?
I'd just like to say we consider it a privilege to serve the patients and families in our communities. And each of our divisions, whether it's hospice, home care, or palliative care, we use the same quality standards and compassionate approach.
Right, yeah. I love that. I love that. Just the fact that we get to do what we get to do, and you're passionate about it. We're passionate about real estate, passionate about helping people, have a secure roof over their heads, and so it's good stuff. We love it here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So engage with us online, consumerqb.com. Hey, we're going to tell you something positive in our feel good story of the day. Today we have a good one as well here.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is the hero, the college student that works 32 hours shift alone during a hotel flood here. So a guest at a hotel in Beaumont, Texas, is praising a young man for going above and beyond to help all the guests who were trapped inside after Tropical Storm Imelda caused torrential flooding in the area. Angela Chandler was staying at the Homewood Suites where 21-year-old Satchel Smith works for 32 hours. He was the hotel's only employee. And this is what Chandler wrote on Facebook. Quote, Meet Satchel. He's the only employee here at Homewood Suites in Beaumont. The access road is underwater, and I-10 is shut down due to flooding. We can't get in or out. The hotel a mile from us is underwater. Satchel has been here all night. His coworkers couldn't make it to work, so he stayed and he manned the phones, answered these questions, ensured that we had a hot cup of coffee or tea, and helped serve us a hot breakfast. And the story goes on to say that they're thankful for each of these things and for peace of knowing that my family is safe and sound. Please pray for us. And if you know Satchel, tell him he is a hero. He gave me permission to share his picture. This is an example of how to handle yourself in a crisis. And so it goes on to say, thank you, Satchel, for taking care of us here at the Homewood in Beaumont. After his marathon shift, the co-worker finally made it in to relieve him. Satchel took a brief nap and then returned to work. So there's a feel-good story of the day, and here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let's go. I want to go back to Mary here. So Mary Cernicki's in studio, Suncoast Roofing. We're also going to hear from Kathy from Gulfside Healthcare Services. She's the Chief Operating Officer. So Mary, back to you. So yeah, interesting. The flood. These things can come out of nowhere. That was a big flood over in Texas, right?
Yeah, absolutely it was. And a storm. Even just a regular summer storm here in Florida can cause a tremendous amount of damage. We have storms that come in the middle of the night, and then the next morning, people are like, we've got trees down, we have a problem with our roof.
Yeah.
It can just happen out of nowhere. And you want to be able to rely on a company you can trust that's been in the business for a while, that has been, doing the right thing by people. During Hurricane Irma, I'll never forget, it was out on an estimate, and the lady next door, she's like, are you here to do my roof? Because it was like 2 weeks after the storm, and somebody had gone that was not a licensed contractor and sold this woman that was 81 years old a little tiny repair actually to her ridge cap, and charged her $800, and she paid them an $800 check. They cashed the check. They never came back.
Wow.
So Chuck was like, hey, do we have that material on one of the trucks we can send out? I was like, yeah. So we went out and we fixed it for her for nothing, because you know what? It gives all of us a bad name if something like that happens.
Yeah.
So we do a lot in the community. We want to try and make things right. We want to be part of our community and grow with it. So it's important that, we do the right thing, especially in storms, because you never know. Our guys sometimes, when it's right after a storm, they're working like 70, 80 hours,
That's right.
and they're not going home to their families. They are going from house to house and stuff. And it's a big deal, because, our biggest investment is our home. And we have to, without a roof, you ain't got nothing inside.
That's right. Yeah. These storms, like you said, can come out of nowhere. I woke up the week before the hurricane came, and I was like, where is the trampoline? The trampoline ended up next lot, like blown, almost 100 yards away, just on a random, Tuesday night or whatever, right? In Tampa Bay.
And it changes your life tremendously. There's still people that are dealing with insurance companies after Irma that they're still in litigation, and it's still, they call and they're like, we haven't heard anything yet, or, and I'm like, I know. I was like, it's a process. I apologize, but it's not, it's not us. It's they're dealing with their insurance companies.
That's right.
So, and you need a company that knows how to navigate with insurance companies.
That's
say, hey, listen, this is not a repair. This is more than 20% of the roof. We need to get these people right. We have to make them whole again.
It's a replacement, right?
It
Instead
is.
of a repair. Because that's where the insurance company's going to lean. Oh, let's save as much money as we can. They love to collect those premiums, but when it comes time to paying out, it's like you got to pull strings with the right people, or say the right things, or have the attorneys got your back, right?
And it's so funny. They say that you're supposed to be where you are when you're supposed to be there in life. It's so funny. I thanked Kathy before the show, because I was a caregiver for my older brother that passed away in May for a year and a half. And Gulfside helped me tremendously.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you could call them at any time. The nurses, the services, the chaplain, everybody was. Because I was on my own with this.
Yeah.
I'd never been through anything like it.
Wow.
I had a tremendous amount of questions. I read the pamphlets like it was the Bible.
Yeah.
Like I was going through it, and they laughed with me. They cried with
Wow.
me. They helped me, even down when I had a question about arrangements.
Wow.
So that's means a lot to me. So
Kathy,
your organization is
I'm glad to
amazing.
hear that. Thank you.
How does that make you feel? Yeah.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what drives our feeling that we're making some type of an impact to
Yeah.
help people. So
And
I'm
we
really
Big
happy
difference.
to hear that.
I would laugh with my nurse. We would laugh because there's
Yeah.
weird things that happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, and they explain it to me. They'd calm me down. Like, you're all right. This is all part of this. I'm like, all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a confusing time.
It's
It
very
is
hard as a caregiver. You know, I'm working. You know how many hours I work. I work a lot. So
Yep.
doing this, and I'm like, all the balls are in the air, and you guys helped tremendously. Made a big impact in my
Very
life.
happy to hear that.
Yeah, that's great. Didn't expect a real life testimonial here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, but that's a good one. That's a great one there, because it really is true. You know, Mary and Kathy and our listeners out there. We have the fastest pace of life we've ever had for human beings. There's more decisions. I said this to my mom the other day. I said, if you really counted the number of decisions, I think there's studies on this. You can research it, but the number of decisions that we have to make every day, from just the simple things, from waking up, but then the text messages that come in. You're driving. You got the
Yeah.
emails, and people want it fast. They want it now. It's interesting. I saw a sign on the way in. It said antiques manufactured while you wait. Right. Right? And obviously that's a joke, but that's the way that our society is today. I mean, it's the way that we feel. It's almost like we get a text. It's like, oh, I got to get back to this text, but my daughter's over here painting art. Maybe I should take a break and talk to her and spend some time with her. So that's the balance that we have, and then how Gulfside comes into play with that scenario, Mary.
Yeah, the company I work for, Suncoast Roofing, the guys that I work for, the Tauschers and Chuck, helped me to be able to do both. Do you know what I mean? To have the career that I have, to excel in, and to take care of my family. We're a family-oriented company,
Yep.
so we understand. So when we go out to a home, we get it that you've got kids or you have a child with autism, so you
Yep.
need to get that person out of the house while we're re-roofing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We'll make those plans with you because it's important.
Yeah.
Family is number one. To the Tauschers and to the people we work for,
Yeah.
and to me.
Yep.
So it's a lot.
Well said. All right, let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning round.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Kathy from Gulfside Healthcare Services, you're up.
Our organization, Gulfside Healthcare Services, is focused on meeting the healthcare needs of the community. Our newest division, Gulfside Home Health, provides services in Pasco and Pinellas County with the goal of helping you recover from injury or illness in the comfort of your own home. Our team of professionals work together with you and your physician to ensure that your individualized plan will help you recover and regain your independence. Medicare and many insurance plans cover skilled home health services. Most importantly, we are here to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us at 813-501-8244, or if you prefer, you can visit gulfsidehomehealth.org.
Awesome. Great stuff. Mary?
Hi. So it's a perfect time of year. The rain is stopping. It's slowed down. So have us come out, give you an estimate. It's the best time to get your roof installed. It's very difficult to have your roof installed in July when it's raining. We're a Master Elite installer for GAF. We offer great warranty. And our commitment to us, our company, and the people that work for us will make the difference. And if you give us the opportunity to earn your business, you will not regret it.
Awesome. I love that. And just a kind of a word on the bad contractor deal. Chuck shared a story too about the Panhandle last year. There was a group that went through and offered. They came in. First of all, they looked like the heroes. They had all the tarps. They had the tarps. Oh, look, we'll tarp your house. Yeah, just and then they end up selling them. I think they got like $5,000 from 10 10 different homes. The guy made off with like $50,000. Of course, he never came back.
Never. Yeah, never
So
came
that's-
back. And so a lot of times, because it's so important, like when we have these storms, make sure that it's a roofing contractor in the state of Florida, because you have all of these people from Oklahoma, Texas, these storm chasers that come in from all over the country that are not Florida residents.
Right.
Give us Florida contractors a chance.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We know what it's like. And you know what? Not only will we be there right immediately after the storm, in 2 years, if there's an issue or a problem, you want to make sure that you have a company that if there's a hiccup or a monkey wrench or a problem, they're going to be there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And verify it online.
Yep.
The Better Business Bureau.
Yep.
You can reach out to the sunbiz.org is the
Absolutely.
website to verify. You can see the owners' names right there. And hey, another great show. I want to thank Gulfside Healthcare Services, Suncoast Roofing as well. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Donate some blood, some time. There's lots of ways you can get involved in the community. Be a force for good in the community, and continue to perpetuate the good out there. And tune into our show. Make sure you follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Twitter as well. And the Consumer Quarterback Show page out there. Get involved with the community. Engage with us. Anything you heard from the show today, we would love to hear from you on our hotline or website, consumerqb.com. And please go out there and make it a great day and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.